Shorewall stands are designed for all those who like to improve their own plot of land. They allow you to build a wall up to 3 feet high, and not just any wall, but flush. The width of the posts is 2 inches. They are made of galvanized steel, so the durability is high. If desired, you can make the wall 66% thinner than with solutions from competitors. And the service life is not bad, at least 20 years. Also, the posts allow you to create 90-degree angles, and if you need a smooth bend, the developers have provided for this and left a tolerance of 15 degrees. In another area, the concrete basement elements are being installed. The typical length is 8 feet, but the result is a 2-in-1 solution that looks beautiful and provides additional protection. Thermadome is not an attempt to revive ancient baths, but such panels, although they are also connected with heat. The thing is that the panels consist of foam plastic, on which is glued, for example, porcelain stoneware or clay clinker tiles. It turns out to be a durable insulation solution, imitating real masonry. The estimated service life of Thermadome panels is 50 years. This is much longer than mineral wool or wet facade technology can offer. Super skills for working with panels are not required. Mounting foam, grout, dowels, and self-tapping screws, that's the whole list of consumables. And do not worry about rodents. The foam layer has protective additives. Using extreme mats, you can organize a road where there are not even any directions. For example, in a swamp. Each such mat has a size of 13 by 6 feet and costs about $3,000. But it is worth it, because on extreme mats you can drive machinery up to 80 tons, and in some cases, if the weather is dry and it is realistic to drive quickly, the mats can withstand up to 120 tons. Produces extreme mats from heavy-duty polymer, but the whole stand is still solid at 840 pounds. A foam core is responsible for buoyancy, and the surface of the mats is optimized also for tracked vehicles. Welcome to a masterclass on installing an underground drainage system. Workers use components from DrainFast, one of the UK's leading suppliers. Chambers, pipes, manhole covers, fittings. If necessary, they will find everything there so that the drainage can be built from scratch. DrainFast even has a site stack system that allows you to move more than 40 pipes at a time using an excavator. And other components are amazingly versatile. For example, manhole covers can be ordered from steel, cast iron, or polypropylene, and pipes are perfectly combined with sludge catchers as well as septic tanks. By the way, with proper installation of pipes from video can easily last more than 50 years. In addition, they better tolerate ground movements. The Monumental team has invented a robot mason using artificial intelligence algorithms. Things are going well, and the $25 million investment is not going to be given to just anyone. In addition, 57% of European countries are already facing an acute shortage of bricklayers. In this light, construction companies will clearly like the robot, which acts not only qualitatively, but also 50–60% faster than a man, and also does not get tired, does not demand a raise in salary, does not go for a smoke break, and does not make mistakes. Additionally, Monumental offers another robot in the kit. It is responsible for the delivery of bricks. In tests, the mechanical laborers successfully coped with a 49-foot facade of an office and warehouse building and even took part in work on social housing. Mapag Guard UM35 is also quite a technologically advanced product. It is a waterproofing release membrane that combines several advantageous qualities at once. Firstly, it is suitable for cracked, damp, and even not fully cured substrates. Secondly, the membrane conducts heat well, that is, it combines perfectly with warm floors. And thirdly, it is relevant for both exterior and interior works. Both on old concrete screed and on tiles, the result will please you. Since the membrane is translucent, it is easier for workers to control the distribution of the adhesive. A typical package of Mapag Guard UM35 is a roll with a width of 3 feet and a length of 98 feet. And since the membrane is made of polyethylene and polypropylene fabric, it can be easily cut on site. TopGrip is the ideal material for crosswalks, tight turns, crossings, and other potentially hazardous areas. Apply it to concrete or asphalt, and traction is improved by 30–40%. The structure of TopGrip is plastic with methacrylate resin and bauxite. If the work is carried out on concrete, a layer of special primer is also required. By the way, TopGrip can be applied quite quickly. At 20 degrees Fahrenheit, the material hardens in just 20 minutes. Depending on the specifics of the site, the consumption will be from 6 to 11 pounds per square yard. This useful product is manufactured in Switzerland. Verdura blocks are just another constructor from which everyone is offered to build a retaining wall, and it is quite high, up to 49 feet. The blocks are made of concrete, so they will last for hundreds of years, the manufacturer is sure. Another good reason to stop on Verdura is the possibility to do without a foundation. It is enough to bury the first row of blocks in the soil. Also, for beauty and greater reliability, you can use creeping plants like ivy with Verdura. If you immediately think about watering, in many cases sprinklers will be sufficient. You can work with Verdura on slopes up to 12 degrees, and the scale of some projects is amazing. How about a 250,000 square foot wall that took 170 days to build? These are the kind of walkways that make it much easier to move around on the roof. There are many variations. For example, in the fiber grade version, the walkways are made of fiber-reinforced grids and can even withstand a 370-pound drop. On the website of another company, Trizet Trading, there is a system with grids that can withstand a load of over a ton per square meter. But Stdon Safety's product is the coolest of all. It prefers fiberglass and works with customers in the marine and rail industry. No wonder, because its grids are resistant to acids, and in some versions, even under a load of 2 tons, they sag by only 0.2 inches. Augmented reality is also good for optimizing construction. Let's take a look at a variation of it called Spectar. With it, productivity on the site can increase by 50% because workers using Spectar and headsets like HoloLens 2 can see what they are doing and where they are doing it. Special software can be used to schedule tasks for up to 3 weeks at a time and improve document turnover. For example, if workers have to use a solution that isn't in the drawings, Spectar can help them account for it and avoid confusion in the final estimate. Another huge plus is support for BIM files. This means that you can load data into Spectar directly from AutoCAD, Revit, and other similar programs. No Limit Scaffolding is the result of many years of work by Monzon. The company did a lot of work, conducted research, and learned the opinion of manufacturers and customers. The conclusion was unambiguous. We need a universal system that combines the simplicity of frame scaffolding and maximum flexibility in customization. Let's take a look at the result. The height of No Limit Scaffolding is adjustable from 9 to 118 inches, and the width can be made variable. For example, the site starts at the 29-inch mark and extends to a 118-inch site. Intermediate transmissions together with smart clutches guarantee automatic locking, and because No Limit uses recycled aluminum in its production, this scaffolding is 50% lighter than the earlier modular steel version from the same company. Fiber concrete is brought to the construction site. We need to make sure that its reinforcing fibers are properly distributed, but they are so tiny. They can be as small as 0.004 inches in diameter. No problem. Simply connect the Dromix-eyed system to the chute from which the concrete comes. It does not need calibration. It checks automatically, so human error is ruled out. In addition, unlike other testing methods, Dramix ID does not evaluate individual samples, but the entire volume of the mix. The results of its work can be checked from a smartphone. They are displayed in an easy-to-understand format with graphs and a clear indication of the standards. And to avoid unfortunate incidents, Dramix ID only starts the test after holding down the desired button for at least 5 seconds. FormFlow is also working in the direction of affordable housing. It offers a more conventional solution: modular houses. They are advantageous for several reasons at once. Firstly, assembly takes weeks rather than months. Secondly, the special Australian-made steel frame makes the house more resistant to bending and deformation. And third, the ColorBond steel used in construction is more than 20% recycled steel. Plus, a standard Gable 1 model home is 39 feet long, 14 feet wide, and weighs 10 tons, so it can realistically be delivered on just one semi-trailer if desired. To save on this and other similar houses will be $204,000. It's important to take care of the builder's insurance as well. Tie-down can help with this. It is known as one of the pioneers in mobile fall protection systems and introduces the PX5 Sentinel, a versatile and effective option for backing up to 7 people. The PX5 Sentinel system weighs 1,300 pounds, so it is also suitable for work on rooftops and on forklifts. Plus, this system is effective on a wide variety of surfaces, including concrete. And in tests, it was tested with 5 loads of 310 pounds each. No wonder the PX5 Sentinel is considered best in class. The Icon team wants to make housing more affordable without compromising on quality or style. That's why they came up with Domus Ex Machina, a construction technology using artificial intelligence algorithms and 3D printing. The roof, doors, windows, and some other elements for Domus Ex Machina are still classic. But the walls are printed by the Vulcan 2 RoboPrinter. It can be brought directly to the construction site, and it will easily make walls up to 26 feet high and in one step and at a speed of 9 inches per second. And Vitruvius will help with the design. It is an architect, already capable of proposing the concept and appearance of future real estate. And later it will be taught to develop plans, 3D models, and even estimates. Vicon is already accepting orders and specifies that printing a square meter of wall costs $250, and 2 people will be enough to work with the printer. The issue is rounded off by the queen of construction topics, formwork. We have not shown any variants, and still, there are companies that have their own view on this construction. Take Conform, for example. They have developed another alternative to heavy wooden formwork. Now workers operate with these elements made of plastic and fiberglass. They come in 3 types: regular, superflex, and fiberform. Briefly about each. Ordinary elements are available in 5 sizes. The maximum is 15 feet by 11 inches. A universal solution. Superflex elements come in 1 size, 15 feet by 3 inches, and are designed for complex bends and circles. In the case of fiberform, there are 5 sizes again. The top one is 19 feet by 11 inches. Such elements are good if there are many long straight lines on the formwork track. All variants have a service life of at least 7 years, although some customers have had them for 15 years. That's the benefit. BMI is the largest roofing material manufacturer in Europe. Their roofing membrane is versatile and durable, suitable for new and old roofs, including green roofs with vegetation. The membrane can be installed at any time of the year and does not require an open flame, making installation faster. It is made of a combination of canvas glass and plasticized PVC, ensuring a lifespan of approximately 35 years. High noise levels in urban areas are a global environmental threat. A UN specialist who presented a report on this issue last year also agrees. Therefore, the acoustic boards from Knauf Ceiling Solutions appear to be an incredibly relevant product. Made from wood fiber, they provide noise absorption of up to 55 decibels. The board's faces are primed and ready for painting, and their maximum length is 7.87 feet. The Germans are prepared to customize the boards to meet the customer's specific requirements. It is no coincidence that such boards are even used at the London School of Economics and Political Science. German experts demonstrate a masterclass on fence installation in a 6.5-minute video. They explain important points and demonstrate them in practice, specifying even the smallest details, such as the size of the hexagon needed to tighten the screws. They explain important points and demonstrate them in practice, specifying even the smallest details, such as the size of the hexagon needed to tighten the screws. They explain important points and demonstrate them in practice, specifying even the smallest details, such as the size of the hexagon needed to tighten the screws. The experts are confident in the effectiveness of their video. With these detailed instructions, even an amateur can build a high-quality fence. We are back in Canada, where local specialists are introducing us to NovaBrick. This system enables the creation of a decorative facade using tiles, stone, or brick. The main advantage is the interlocking of NovaBrick blocks without mortar. They are laid almost like Lego, and every 4th row is secured with fasteners. This feature makes the block suitable for use at any time of the year and allows for perfect integration with load-bearing structures made of various materials, from brick to SIP panels. Structural insulated panel. According to the sellers, NovaBrick's facade is expected to last for over 50 years. This is due to the fact that NovaBrick is made of concrete. Han Plastics LTD, an international company, continues to produce by recycling plastic and creating lightweight grids. These grids, weighing only approximately 19.84 pounds each, are suitable for use in parking lots and warehouses, even for loaded trucks. In addition, when used with a drainage layer, these grates can effectively address rainwater drainage problems and prevent mud buildup. This makes them a great choice for farmers and horse breeders. Furthermore, these grates are resistant to rot, rust, and cracking in cold weather and can be recycled at the end of their service life. Layman AG, a Swiss company, showcases its expertise in wooden construction projects with a pavilion named Into the Forest. This pavilion adorned the garden of the Swiss embassy in Copenhagen. The pavilion's 3 trees, each made up of 18 parts, were assembled by Layman AG specialists with the support of 2 other teams. To ensure stability, steel pipes were placed in the center of the trunks, which also aided in drainage. The tree crowns were made of textile membranes. Layman AG is so skilled at such projects that one of them was inaugurated by Swedish King Carl XVI Gustaf. Dirt and construction debris can clog sewer and drainage systems, causing sewage to flow out of manholes during road repairs. To prevent this, DrainFast, a British corporation, developed the Muck Stopper system. The RS400 model, weighing approximately 22.05 pounds, can hold up to 220.46 pounds of debris and garbage. Once installed, the construction team only needs to regularly empty the removable trash section. This eliminates the need to call a sewer cleaning service after the remodeling work. Several construction teams are currently installing a variety of decks. One team is using AeroDeck, which solves 2 problems at once. Firstly, this decking looks great, and secondly, it has a built-in drainage system. Craft-Built is another option that will pleasantly surprise customers. This aluminum decking is completely waterproof, eliminating the need for a membrane underneath it. Each board of the decking has a drainage gutter. The Craftsman installed a frame from Aluminum Deck Canada, which combined with aluminum planks results in a structure that is 20% cooler than wood on hot summer days. Today's journey through the world of building technology begins in Hungary. It is interesting to note that Hungary is not only the birthplace of the Rubik's Cube, but also the home of Platio solar panels. By paving approximately 861 square feet of sidewalk with these panels, you can generate approximately 11.7 kilowatts of electricity. These panels are highly durable, making them ideal for use on bicycle paths and parking lots. They are no more difficult to install than conventional paving tiles. Platio utilizes recycled plastic waste in its production process. Each panel is made from approximately 400 plastic bottles. Additionally, the panels do not generate excessive heat, as they are no hotter than tiles or concrete on sunny days. In Greece, Elvil Color produces composite panels known as Edelbond. These panels consist of a special filler sandwiched between aluminum sheets. The filler is chosen based on the client's objectives, with non-combustible options available. Additionally, the panels can be treated to imitate various materials such as stone and wood. Edelbond panels can reach a maximum length of 36.09 feet and are versatile enough to be used in a variety of settings, from private homes to train stations. These panels are highly resistant to dirt, salt, acids, and alkalis, making them a durable and reliable choice. The manufacturer's website provides technical information about this unique and advanced product. What are your thoughts? In 2015, there were over 20.3 million elevators worldwide. Clark Builders specializes in prefabricated elevator shafts, such as the Megcrete shafts installed by their specialists in a senior center in High River, Canada. These shafts are known for their 2-hour fire resistance. The video showcases Ipstech shafts that can extend up to 6 stories in height. The standard version includes walls up to 5.51 inches thick and can be customized as needed. Shorewall is a new type and method of building retaining walls. According to the New Zealand developers, it is suitable for walls up to 1 yard high and, thanks to powerful steel elements, eliminates the need for 1/3 of the thickness required for classic wooden retaining walls. Builders can also create perfect 90-degree corners and curved sections of walls within 15 degrees. The key principle of sustainable building can be summarized in one sentence: construct buildings that remain economically viable throughout their entire life cycle. Canadian firm Plex Building Systems is already offering to evaluate this future of sustainable construction. They have developed building blocks made of over 90% waste materials, including plaster, plastic, and concrete. According to the developers, the finished blocks are stronger than bricks and concrete. Construction will be 3 times faster and 35% cheaper because masters do not need mortar. Even people with modest experience will be able to build quality buildings and structures. Pilot production will begin in Canada, followed by the establishment of a partner production network around the world. EverPanel modular wall panels are incredibly easy to work with. With just 2 people, a 100 feet long wall can be built in just half an hour. This means that it is possible to construct a multi-room office in just 1 day. The American developer offers to begin work with a 3D plan of the future construction. This plan can be easily translated into reality without the need for professional building skills. In addition, no tools are required for connecting and disconnecting the panels, as this can be done manually. The panels start at a width and height of 4.92 feet in the basic version. If the neutral white color of the panels seems dull, there are also bright variants available in pink, orange, and other colors. The conclusion of the matter was the Blue Paradise, a modular pool from a French company. Unlike its counterparts, this pool is assembled from modules. The 107.64 square feet version costs approximately $5,800, which includes all necessary components, including a pump. It is worth noting the technological innovation of the pool's panels, which are made of synthetic resin derived from recycled waste, such as yogurt cups. If this pool model does not meet your preferences, do not worry. The manufacturer offers over 6,000 different components in its catalog to help you create your ideal pool. CommonFlex is a chimney liner system that customers can easily install themselves. It is suitable for roofs made of tiles, shingles, corrugated sheets, and other materials, and fits perfectly on pitched roofs at an angle of up to 60 degrees. Optimal width of the chimney from 10 to 46 inches. If its size or shape is not standard, the expansion module will help. CommonFlex is a very compact solution. The courier will deliver the boxes directly to your doorstep without any problems. Even a perfect mastic and polyester fabric job doesn't guarantee 100% leak-proofing of your roof. To solve this problem, expert roofing contractor Sonny Arwood founded Fluid Applied Roofing, and together with a chemical specialist, came up with FiberSeal Base. It is a fiber-reinforced and already patented compound. It stands out with its hybrid polyurethane acrylic formula. FiberSeal dries in just half an hour to the point where it is rainproof and forms a seamless membrane with a warranty of up to 20 years. Plus, it's 30 to 50% cheaper than other insulation options, and it extends the life of your roof at the same time. This is important because in the US alone, dead roofing materials account for 10% of landfills. Several crews are working with attics. Here, the Craftsman had to perform a whole cascade of work. The house was damaged by strong winds, and the owners had been waiting 8 months for insurance reimbursement. The Craftsman proposed a complex project, including not only repair of the attic, but also modernization of the chimney, replacement of part of the facade, and more elaborate ventilation. The result is already on the screen. The second team got an equally complex project. From a modest birdhouse, they made the coolest mansard floor, as well as renovated balconies and veranda. The Skiler team makes glass pergolas, gazebos, and similar structures. The main feature is their dynamic design. The elements of the structure move back and forth. Here's an example from New York. Look how the Craftsmen have utilized about 1,000 square feet. Now this space is protected by multi-layer glass 1 inch thick. It can easily withstand even snow, so guests can be welcomed all year round. To keep them comfortable, the client ordered heating, ventilation, several lighting options, and Wi-Fi. And when the approximately 45-foot wide glass section is in motion, guests will certainly want to capture a couple of viral videos. Skiler's other works are just as impressive. If you like it, the company's website has a 3D editor where you can design your own architectural elements. From 2010 to 2020, apartments in many countries have doubled, if not tripled, in price. What can we do? Architects all over the world are puzzled over this question, and this is what the experts of the London team PUP Architect have come up with. They rightly noted that there is plenty of space on rooftops, but builders are limited by laws. The solution is simple: a house in the form of a hood. It's called the HVAC, and it hints that there are more holes and issues in the building legislation than the authorities would like. The house won the Antipavilion competition and stood out not only for its shape, but also for its materials. The tiles are made from recycled Tetra Pak packaging. Perhaps it's time to add another chapter to the tale of the 3 little pigs. Another option for ventilation of the under-roof space. This is the Ventacrov Ridge Vent. It allows vapor, gases, and moisture to escape. The better the ventilation, the lower the risk of rot and mold. At least the rafters will thank you. Ventacrov is available as a tape, both sides of which are adhesive. The adhesion is sufficient to work on both corrugated board and shingles. Moreover, the adhesive layer is specially designed for this tape, so that even dust and sand will not be an obstacle. Optimal for installation temperature from plus 41 degrees Fahrenheit, in a standard roll of 16 feet of tape, and its service life is estimated at dozens of years. Imagine that you need to lower 44-pound slate sheets from the roof or lift more than 2,200 tiles. Long, laborious, and not very pleasant for your back unless you have a system like this on site. The TP250 lifts and lowers up to 250 pounds at a time. That's a quarter more than previous models. The lifting height in the standard version is 28 feet. The engine in this model is gasoline-powered. If not environmentally friendly, the Transvolt G2 ladder with the same characteristics surprises with a battery power system. A full charge is enough for 8 hours of work. And if the price of about $3,000 scares you, here is a homemade version. Even skateboard wheels were used. Still haven't forgotten the solar shingles from GAF Energy? Turns out that's just one of the projects associated with the GAF team. It works so productively that every fourth house in the US flaunts its roof. Finally, beating the competition helps the layer lock technology. Thanks to it, tile layers overlap and fasten so firmly that in GAF give a 15-year warranty for protection against hurricane winds, and even without limiting its maximum speed. Apparently, a hurricane is more likely to tear off the entire roof. And also, this shingle has the widest in the industry area for nailing. They even gave it a name, Strike Zone. In the UK, the Telebeam system is responsible. It was invented by Digby Rousell, a man who actually started his career in mechanical engineering but then switched to architecture. And as practice has shown, not for nothing. Because Telebeam transforms lofts that were designed inexplicably into spacious and, most importantly, living spaces. The trick is in the special beams that allow for spans of up to about 29 feet. One of the key requirements for Telebeam goes like this. At the highest point of the attic to the ceiling must be at least 8 feet. The slope of the roof does not play a role. The installation can really be done in 1-2 days, and if you want, the transformation can be complemented with skylights. In summer, it can be 10 degrees hotter in the city center than in the suburbs. One of the reasons for this is that the city center is too densely built up. There is nowhere to plant trees, and those that are there feel uncomfortable. So why not have green spaces on rooftops? That's exactly what the Wallbarn team offers. It carries out high-flight landscaping using special trays. They are compact and lightweight, fit into an elevator, and are carried by hand. 4 pieces are enough per square meter. A fully finished roof effectively fixes heavy rains, makes the lives of the inhabitants of the house cooler, and at the same time creates an area attractive to animals. It must be fun to wake up to birdsong. One day, carpenter Neil Joseph Coote was working on a construction site in New Zealand, and during a break he thought about the crucial question of how to make construction sites safer. Who knew that this thought would lead him to start his own company? Coote now offers customers an unusual way of building called build and lift. The idea is simple. The first thing the workers do is assemble and lift the roof. They don't have to work at height unnecessarily, and so the risk of falling is reduced. Build and lift is suitable for most houses, including those with wooden beams or concrete floor slabs. It takes 1 day to lift the roof of a typical house of up to 3,000 square feet, and scaffolding and safety netting are most often not required. QuietCool makes an offer that is impossible to refuse. Its ventilation saves up to 90% of the investment spent on air conditioning and pays for itself in 1-2 years. What's more, the better the ventilation, the lower the risk of airborne COVID-19 transmission. This is what the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency writes about. This is what one of the QuietCool systems looks like, ideal for rooms up to 2,000 square feet. It offers 3 speeds, is rated at 451 watts, and can be installed on flat or pitched roofs. Speaking of which, for ventilation of the underlay space, you should look at Redline systems. They are not made quite cool, but the efficiency is also on the high side. Condensation and moisture will not stand a chance, and the aesthetics of the roof will not suffer. Three hours, and the roof goes up like a toy house. That's how high-tech dormer works. Its lift system not only allows you to remodel homes any time of the year, but also saves up to 30% of your budget compared to competitors' solutions. Customers don't even have to leave their home. All they have to do is not have to go to the top floor. It's convenient, and it's also reliable. The company has been raising roofs since 1986 and has been approved at Building Regulations and Standards Council level. Want a couple of new bedrooms? Not enough bathrooms? Or maybe it's time to expand your walk-in closet. Now you know who to call. Four nails and the Titan XT shingle element withstands winds of up to 160 miles per hour. This is one of the most innovative solutions in the roofing business, TAMCO believes. They use a patented technology of reinforcement in production. Thanks to it, the shingles had another interesting effect. Nails in it sit tighter than usual, and on tests in TAMCO, laid shingles on a model roof without fasteners at all, and left for several days. And then it withstood the same wind up to 160 miles per hour. Is that magic? No, it's just that TAMCO modified the adhesive sealant and now it's one of the most aggressive options on the market. "2024 did not start off too cheerfully for Estonia. On January 5th, electricity prices there rose to a record high. On the stock exchange, they asked for $973 per megawatt hour. The good thing is that a company called Solarstone is working in the country. It offers solar panels for roofs. 645 square feet can be easily covered in a day by builders. This area is enough to generate up to 10 kilowatts of power. And if you are not satisfied with the appearance, evaluate the development of the American team, GAF Energy. They have made a very interesting solar tile. It consists of glass, photovoltaic cells, and other seemingly fragile components. But you can take ordinary nails and nail it to the roof. 130 tile elements are enough for 6 kilowatts of power, and it's really twice as fast to put them up as solar panels.